When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, October the 7th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and we're certainly keeping our eyes on what has become Hurricane Nate. The watch warning map this morning is very complicated over the southeastern United States, as we have a combination of hurricane warnings, hurricane watches, tropical storm warnings, tropical storm watches, flash flood watches. And you can find that detailed in the blog and in the text message there. The track is pretty much, Nate has been behaving very nicely with the forecast, moving generally along a north to slightly northwesterly course, taking aim on basically the Mississippi Gulf Coast, just a little to the west of Mobile. Expected to make landfall tonight, just after midnight, and then progress across Alabama fairly briskly. So it does not look like we're going to have any kind of threat like what Harvey did. Severe Storm Prediction Center is forecasting a slight chance for day 1 today over the coastal area of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, as well as a little, about a county's worth, I think, into northwest Florida. For day 2, they have a marginal risk that covers much of southern and central Alabama. Satellite image this morning shows that we have mostly clear skies, but if you look closely, there's some just grayish shadows there that indicate some low clouds that are hard to show up on the infrared picture this morning. There's Nate over the central Gulf of Mexico as we see a nice trough moving through the central plains. Nate's going to just move up and then follow right behind that trough very nicely. Temperatures across the area this morning in the lower 70s for the most part, but you can see we have been influenced by Nate with a nice east to southeast flow. Radar still pretty clear. We have the front off to our northwest, and we have some showers just off the mouth of the Mississippi River. But otherwise, radar still clear, but that will be changing today. The QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast, suggests on the order of 5 to 6.5 inches over the immediate southwest Alabama along Mobile and Baldwin counties, and then on the order of 2 to 4 inches across a good portion of the north and central part of the state, with locally heavier amounts, possibly as high as 5 inches. And WPC has actually put all of the southeastern U.S. for day 1 in a marginal risk for heavy precipitation, and then moderate risk there along the Alabama and Mississippi Gulf coasts. For day 2, they move that up along with Nate and move it into the southern Appalachians with a slight risk that extends all the way down to Mobile across a good portion of the central part of Alabama. All right, the 06 GFS model run this morning, and there is our storm. Now, the European and the GFS have finally come together. They're very close. The European just a tad stronger, and I think there's a good rule here, and that is take the category that it is and plan for one category higher, and I think that's good advice. Taking an intermediate time, there is 1 a.m., and there's the center of the storm, basically over the Mississippi and Louisiana Gulf Coast areas in the vicinity of New Orleans, kind of between New Orleans and Mobile. Moving out to Sunday, the storm moves up into the west central part of the state. The National Hurricane Center's forecast track just a little to the east of this, but still very, very close. Looking at the upper atmosphere Sunday, we can see, of course, the reflection of Nate there over central Alabama. The big trough that we saw on the current conditions is over New England, but another one is digging into the northwestern United States, and that one digs into the Four Corners area on Monday as Nate moves on briskly up into the mid-Atlantic states and up towards New England. And, of course, no longer a threat to us, but Nate leaves behind a lot of moisture. Precipitable water values are very high, over 2 inches, as a matter of fact, over much of Alabama. So I think showers become very real and very high probabilities as we head into Monday and perhaps Tuesday as well. The pattern, the Four Corners trough comes out, dampening down our ridge that's over us a little bit and bringing a front our direction, but we still have a lot of moisture in place even on Tuesday, so showers become still in the forecast. The upper ridge is dampened down a little bit as that first trough moves into the central Great Lakes, and that should help to bring the front through our area on Wednesday and sweep some of this high moisture content out of the area. The ridge becomes the dominant feature in the upper air pattern on Thursday, and we should be drying out nicely on Thursday at the surface. Friday, the ridge is in place and nice and strong, so I think by the end of the week, we'll probably be pushing the upper 80s pretty good, and then even into Saturday, we see that the upper ridge over the lower Mississippi River Valley. Looking out into Voodoo Country, around Monday, the 16th of October, we have a very strong trough coming into the western Great Lakes, and that trough looks like it moves on, but leaves a piece of it kind of digging into the east coast of the U.S. around Wednesday, the 18th, and that sticks around all the way through the 21st. Looking at what the GFS is forecasting underneath that, we see that the precipitable water values are quite low. That'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. I expect to have the next one posted, I don't know, maybe next week. I'm going to be taking the Storm Chaser to the coast in just a couple of hours. So I won't be in a place where I can do a blog post on Sunday morning. But believe me, we have lots of folks contributing. There will be lots of posts here. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day, and please, by all means, take the weather precautions seriously as we deal with Hurricane Nate. Have a great day. Godspeed.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.